If you're constantly using gouache, you might have fallen in love with one of these two characteristics that are unique to gouache. One of them is that gouache dries matte, and another one is that it reactivates with water. But then we have a problem. For people that want to keep their paintings and have them sealed for a long time, you are starting to think about how you're going to seal your paintings and how you're going to keep that matte finish. So here I have a painting that has not been sealed before, and you can see the characteristics that they are still matte, and you can still see the colors be that very gouache feeling to it. But over here I have two paintings that have been sealed, and actually I think they still look a little bit matte. You can still see a little bit of the wax medium that I use, but not so much, and now I am sure that the water is not going to ruin them. This exact problem happened here to me. As you can see, this painting was smudged, and it was not only water, but actually the water from a different painting that I did in this sketchbook, which was this one, and the water from this side actually reactivated the colors from here, and then I ended up having issues, and as you can see, it lifted up the paints and it reactivated them, and then it got all smudged, and it doesn't look really nice whatsoever. So now I have this piece that I was so excited about doing, but now it looks really bad. So to seal my paintings, I use Dorland's wax medium, and it's a wax that has beeswax and other kinds of wax. If you want to see the ingredients, you can pause here. It smells a little bit like eucalyptus. I bought the one that is 16 ounces, but I feel like if you bought the one that is smaller, you could still use it for many years. To show you how it works and to do a little test, I ended up doing 3 swatches of 3 colors. I picked a vibrant color that was a pink, and then one that was a medium range color, the purple, and a dark color that was the dark brown. The way that I apply the wax to the paintings usually is just with a makeup cotton circle thing. I just fold it 4 times, and then I just picked up a little bit of the wax and then placed it on the colors. And as you can see, I only did half so we could do this little test. So as I was rewatching this video, I realized one mistake that I did, so I'm going to point it out to you so you don't do the same mistake. When I'm placing the wax to the colors, I end up putting more wax on the pink that is on top and to the brown that's on the bottom. I end up just overlooking the center piece because I'm looking at it as a whole thing. So when you are putting wax, cover the whole thing evenly with a lot of wax. But yeah, just keep that in mind that I have been putting more wax on top and on the bottom instead of putting a lot in the center. That's the purple color. I also wanted to show you the difference of how it looks once you have wax on top of the painting. You can see the difference of the colors. It's not crazy except for the brown. The brown looks a little bit deeper, but if you remember, when you are working with gouache, gouache dries super light in some colors, so it kind of gives it a little bit more of vibrancy once it's with the wax. So for me, I actually enjoy seeing the colors once again when they have the wax on top of them, because for me they just look more vibrant and fuller of life. So here begins the true test. Now that we have the colors and we have the wax, I started placing water on top of them, and as you can see, the pink, right away, the part that is not covering wax, it starts to reactivate and it starts to leave a mess behind. But once you see how I paint the other side, it's not picking up any of the paint and it's not smudging. That's the most important part. So for the purple, I did started placing little droplets of water in the side that doesn't have the wax and the one that has the wax. And here lies the true mistake. I started playing with the little drop, which I should have not done. And then when I tried to pick it up, oh, it did a mess. And as you remember, we did not put a lot of wax on this section, so it also that contributed to not looking so fine. I tried to then really quickly see how it would react on the bottom with the brown. As you can see, it's not smudging the colors a lot. It reactivates in little parts where I think it did not have enough wax, but when I compare it to the other side, you can completely see how it actually reactivates really quickly. So it's just an issue of not having enough wax in the other side. When I was doing the test, I actually did get a little concerned about how the painting reacted to the wax in the middle, because I did not notice that I had not put enough wax. So I started going on top of it several times and in other colors, because I was concerned that it was going to be an issue. And I was like, I've been using this for a long time, why is it lifting up? But then I realized it was just the lack of proper application. So I'm going to show you in a bigger piece how I actually end up using the wax to be able to seal the painting. So here we have a painting that I did earlier this year. I just put wax on top of it, and I just make sure that every single part of it has a lot of coverage. I just go at it constantly, and sometimes I add a little bit more wax. To make sure that I have applied enough of the medium, I just try to feel out how smooth it feels underneath in the painting. After I finish applying the medium, you can see how much of the paint it has picked up. It's not a lot, but it's something interesting to note. It could be because of the kind of wash that I'm using, but if this happens to you, do not be scared. It happens to me too. After doing this, the painting has an interesting texture. It feels a little bit waxy or creamy. I don't know how to explain it, but it feels interesting. I don't know if you can tell here, but the colors do shift a little bit, but it's not very crazy. It still looks like the painting that you have done. I honestly like how the colors look a little bit deeper, but that's just personal preference. But I think that's something very important to keep in mind if that is something that bothers you or not. So I ended up covering some other paintings so you can also see how it looks like in different colors and in different paintings as well. So I have this little Totoro fan art that I have done, and you can see how little the shift of the colors actually are. Then I did another one from Kiki delivery system, and you can see the cats. I tried to do it in the darkest area so you can see kind of how it differs from having the wax and not having the wax. And I have been doing this in my sketchbook because I'm actually very paranoid that something's going to happen to my sketchbook and I'm going to lose all the paintings that I liked, and I have not been able to photograph all of them. So I do this constantly in my sketchbook now that I have this medium and have so much to use. So I just wanted to finish showing you how it looks like in a real painting, how the wax medium really covers a lot of the painting, and even if I spray water to it, it will just sit on top and it would not reactivate the painting, it would not smudge it, and it has protected a lot of my paintings this way. And now I feel more confident on just not letting anything happen to it. I just dried it with a little paper towel on top of it. I tried to not move it around like I did with the purple color, and it just dries and everything looks great. Hello, Editing Self here. Hopefully you found this video helpful. I cannot recommend Dorland's wax medium enough. Have you heard of it before? Have you tried it? Or what do you use to seal your paintings? Let me know down in the comments below. Well, we'll see you soon in a different video. Bye!